Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. I'm Ruth from Psalms and Stretches, and this is a psalm sequence which is a moving meditation to Psalm 91 verses 1 to 2. And this was created with you in mind if you're self-isolating due to the coronavirus outbreak, or if you just need to minister to your well-being today, you can use this as part of your exercise routine. Before we begin, we're going to sit comfortably, somewhere where the shoulders can be over the hips and the spine can be long. We'll start with a few deep breaths and a short prayer, so you can close your eyes if you're comfortable to. Think shoulders down the back, crown of the head up tall, and breathing deep in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, full and deep to the ribs, and out through the mouth, relaxing the throat and the jaw. Father in heaven, thank you that we are not alone, that your presence surrounds us, comforts us and heals us. We ask that you bless and protect our loved ones and people suffering during this period of isolation and illness, and that you would help us stay strong in body, soul and spirit. Bless this movement to our bodies as we offer it to you as an act of worship today. Amen. Open your eyes when you're ready, and we begin standing. Before we learn the psalm sequence, we're going to prepare the body. So let's start in a parallel position where our feet are underneath our hips. Take a reach up towards the ceiling, inhale, and exhale, roll all the way down. So you can keep your knees a little bent on the way down and really relax the head, the back, folding as far as you can and want to today. A deep breath at the bottom, sending the breath to the back of the ribs. One more. And on the next exhale, we'll start our roll up. So you want the knees to still be bent, slightly pointing forwards over the toes, and the tailbone to point down towards the floor, and sequentially unravel bit by bit until finally the legs straighten, the shoulders roll back and the head lifts. That's the last thing. We'll do it again. Do it again. Lifting up and exhaling, rolling down. Tuck the chin to the chest, upper back, mid back, lower back, folding, and then of course feeling those hamstrings. And then rolling back up again. When we get to the top that time, let's continue rolling the shoulders. Be really big and generous, and then we'll do some in the other direction as well. Forwards and forwards. Last one. Reaching the arms up towards the ceiling, interlace the hands, turn the palms, lift the shoulders up, and then let the shoulders sink down. Lift the shoulders up and let them sink down. One more. Lift the shoulders up and let them sink down. Open the arms, then take the right arm up and over and a big side stretch. Keep pushing the feet into the floor. Draw belly button in and up and think lengthen this side rather than collapsing through the other side. A huge big stretch one side, come back and we'll do the other side. So get even longer. Think from the outside of that left foot all the way up to the outside of the fingertips, and then we'll come back. From there, we're going to move down into the legs, a few lunges. So stepping backwards, we'll take a lunge where both knees are bent and then step forwards again. So we're doing backwards lunges. The arms are above the head just to try and keep the body upright as well. So you want to keep your shoulders over hips and the knees about 90 degrees. We'll do 2 more each side, and you could always take these further down the mat or a little closer to you if you want to. And reach and down. And then let's keep the right leg back. So this is our high lunge. We're going to straighten the back leg and push through the front knee. So you think heel pulling back, knee pulling forward, shoulders down the back, a long, strong lunge position. From there, you're going to open the hips, open the chest, turn the sole of that right foot so it completely down on the floor, and you've got into this open hip lunge. From there, we're going to straighten the front leg and lean sideways, big stretch down the front of the body, and then come back. Do the same thing this time with the knee staying bent. So you have to have strong leg into the floor, lift up, side bend, and then come back. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, bring you back to high lunge and step forwards. And we'll do the same on the other side. So you're in your high lunge position. I'm pushing through the back heel, pulling forward with the knee. And then I'm gonna open the hips, open the chest, turn the sole of the foot so it's parallel with the back edge of your mat. And your hips are broad and chest is broad. From there, straighten the front leg and do a side bend going towards the back of your mat. So you're really opening up this side of the body, coming back, and this time, same with the bent leg front. Big reach, and then coming back. Turn back to your high lunge, so pivot on the ball of the back foot and stand to the top. From there, we're gonna roll ourselves down to the floor. Find your way down and step your legs back to kneeling. From there, we're going to just mobilize the back a little. So we'll take our cat stretches, push the floor away from you, and then arch the back. So you're really rolling the shoulders back, chest forward. And do a few of these. Really push into the parts that need a stretch today. From there, we'll sit back to our heels, lying the chest on the thighs and reaching the arms out ahead of you. A couple of deep breaths there. And you can walk the arms around to the right. Coming back and around to the left. Coming back center. From there, popping out, weight into the hands. So you really want to spread the fingers. So not all the weight's driving through the heels, spread it out through the whole hands. Back foot. Other back foot, we're in a plank. So make sure the hips are about level with the shoulders. You don't want them too high or too low. Abdominals drawing in towards you like they're giving you a hug from the insides. And then we'll come back onto the knees and fold back. We're gonna do that a few times. Coming out to the plank and knees back. Fold deeply. One more. Out to the plank. And fold back there. From there, take the weight into your hands. We're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips up to this pike position or a down dog. And I prioritize having a long back, so you could have slightly bent knees rather than your legs straight and the back rounded. So find some space and length for the back. From there, we're going to lift a leg. So stay the right leg up to the ceiling. Huge big stretch, put it down again. Left leg up to the ceiling, huge big stretch. Down, we're gonna do it again each side, reaching and down and reaching. Next time the right leg's up, lift it up, take it in between your hands or thereabouts. You could always use your arms to help you get it there. And then we'll lift up and then go back down again. Stand back, try with the left. Leg up. Stand to the top of your mat, crawl your way up your thigh and then come back down again. One more time each side, lift, swing it forwards. Weight goes into that front foot, come back and left, lift, swing it forwards, lift yourself up and coming down. Walk the hands back to your feet, another hamstring stretch there. Bend the knees and slowly roll yourself up. And then we will learn the psalm sequence. So it fits with the verse from Psalm 91. And it's verse 1 to 2. We start at the top of our mat. You're going to take your right leg going back first. You're taking it straight into an open hip lunge where the front knee is bent over the middle of the front foot. And the back leg is straight, foot parallel with the back edge of the mat. Your arms are sweeping up and over. So the line is, whoever dwells in the shelter. So think of making shelter over yourself there. You right the body, you sweep the right arm as you pivot on the ball of the back foot back into a parallel high lunge for the line, the Most High. Stepping forwards, collect the arms around the chest. And this line is, we'll rest. So you're gonna rest down all the way, and you can have the knees a bit bent. We'll rest in the shadow. With the shadow, you open your arms almost like wings, making a shadow, roll up, and then as you get to straight legs, you turn the palms so they're open. The chest is open, and you can brace the legs and rise up onto the balls of the feet. Coming back, I will say of the Lord, you're gonna step your right leg, because we've been doing right leg. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. You're back here. So refuge, think head down towards the floor, a resting, safe place. And then you're going to come back out, as we say, and my fortress. So the weight comes back to shoulders over wrists. You tuck the toes under, and we're in the plank for a fortress. So think strong, structural, sort of house-like strength. Your fortress. From there, we lift the hips and we take away the right leg, so we're gonna do right side, to release it up to the ceiling, and we point it to the ceiling or thereabouts, and we say, my God, step the leg forward, walk the arms up, in whom I trust. So firmly taking that foot into the ground, bringing yourself to the top of your mat. And then we'll do it with the left side. So you're gonna lead with your left leg. Comes back to the end of the mat while you bend your right. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High, step forwards, will rest, coming down in the shadow of the Almighty. Up. From there, we take that left leg down. I will say of the Lord, so you're just reaching out. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. So you're lying down. You can pause for as long as you want there before coming out. And my fortress. Lifting the hips, release the left leg. Step it to the top of your mat. My God, in whom I trust. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in whom I trust. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in whom I trust.